Hey guys! So I'm here today. I'm super excited to be sharing with you my no-buy year tips. I have a lot of great tips and things that I do to really help me not buy as much because over-consumerism is real. People have those ads, people recommend products online, and it's just as a chokehold because you're like, oh my gosh, this is what I need. This is the next best thing and I need it. So it's like, it is hard. I do get that. So I have a lot of tips and everything that I want to share with you guys so you guys can save your money and use it for other things that isn't just buying clothes, makeup, skincare, stuff like that. So let's get into it. So honestly, I've been on a no-buy for the past couple years, so it's not just 1 year or anything, so that's why I wanted to make this video to share tips and tricks that have worked for me so I don't buy as much crap. Truly, it has saved me a lot, and I definitely have noticed. I definitely have noticed that I have extra money to spend on other things. So overall, my no-buy has always been like, I can buy a couple things, but just not as much as I was buying, so I still give myself that room to buy some stuff because obviously, you don't want to go your entire life not ever spending your money, and I get that, so I make a little rule book for myself. And specifically in the past, I spent too much on like makeup, skincare, and a little bit of clothes. So that was overall my main goal for my no-buy when I was getting into it, and obviously still now. Because mind you, literally in the past, for like 2 or 3 years straight, I was Sephora Rouge, and that was $1,000 per year on makeup for Sephora. So I'm like, okay, do I really need to be spending all of this? No. How am I getting to this when I feel like I'm not even buying that much? When I felt like, yeah, I was buying stuff, but I was just like, okay, obviously my first goal with like just in general Sephora is not to make rouge every year. It is tempting because you do get some perks, but I was like, I don't need all this stuff. Ulta is a little bit different. I think I only had to spend $450 to make it at the tier that I was. I was on platinum, so it goes to like I think normal, platinum, and then diamond. Diamond for them is $1,200, so that's over Sephora's. So I was basically spending, I'd say $1,500 on makeup and skincare. When I was literally in like high school and college, things like that, I'm like, I don't really need to be doing that, do I? And so these past few years, I have not even made it to rouge. So yeah, like I've said, my biggest tip is let yourself buy some stuff throughout the year and be like, okay, I'm not obviously just gonna go cold turkey, not buy anything, because what's the fun in that? This is life. We're living on a floating rock, so might as well spend some of your money that you're making and working hard for. So what you could do is like maybe once a month you buy something, and overall you can just choose when you want to use your credit throughout the month and then can reset the next month, or just say there's a limit. I could buy 30 bucks or 40 bucks worth of something or a couple things, and once that 40 bucks is done, it's done. So I feel like that's a really good goal to have for per monthly. I feel like per weekly that could get interesting. I mean, if you did like the 40 bucks per month, you could say I could spend $10 each week on something that I really want. That isn't necessarily like food, stuff like that. Honestly, another big tip that helped me a lot is like really just looking at my collection and being like, why do I have all of this stuff? I cannot get through all of this stuff before it expires. Do I still use it after the expiration date? Yes. But at some point it's gonna expire and you can't use up all that makeup. And it's like thinking about, do I really need multiples of these items? Blush, bronzer, foundation, moisturizers, serums. Like those things last a decent amount, especially powder products, like eyeshadows, things like that. Like I've had some of those stuff for so long. Like honestly, since I first started getting into makeup, I still have stuff from then. You really have to think, okay, it does actually take a while to get through this. Do I need 4 different shades of blushes? No, maybe like 2 of my 2 favorite ones. You can switch it up. Maybe you do need 4, but you don't need more than 4. I feel like 4 is the good limit. And okay, the biggest action that I truly did also that has helped me not like look around too much or want to spend as much as I used to is I unsubscribed from Sephora, Ulta, all the makeup brands, all the skincare brands, things like that, clothing brands, because I was like, once I get these emails for sales, that is my weakness. I love sales. I'm like, I want to buy stuff, and if it's on sale, why not? Also, stop following them on social media, because if you're not seeing it, I feel like you don't think about it as much, and as time goes by, you know, out of sight, out of mind. And it's like, okay, cool, I'm not even getting notifications, seeing these products on my pages, saying, oh my gosh, look how cool it looks, oh my gosh, I need it, things like that. So that has definitely helped. Also, a thing that I did that helped a bit is declutter, and I really looked at my makeup and skincare, and I was like, okay, what can I give to friends? What can I throw away that might be old? And I was like, okay, what is stuff that I truly want and I'm excited to use, excited to get through? So I was like, okay, let's get rid of the stuff that I don't really use that much, I'm not super excited about, that someone else could enjoy. or that I need to throw away. So that helped a lot because that really decreased my collection and just had products in there that I truly wanted to use, which helps a lot. And over the years, I was like, I'm honestly just wasting so much money on having these products sit here, and maybe I use them a couple times a year if I have so many other products to use as well. And my biggest motivation honestly was like, okay, what do I want to be spending my money on? Because obviously, like I said, we're on a floating rock. You should spend your money that you're working hard for. So I was like, what's one thing that I could say, okay, I can spend my money on this and that's okay? And mine was traveling. I was like, I want to save money and use my money on traveling, going places, or at least doing stuff. So I was like, okay, if it's not any of that, specifically traveling, I'm not going to spend money on that. I have enough makeup to last me the next 5 years plus, and skincare to last me probably longer than that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to be saving my money and using it on traveling so I can actually see the world, get memories instead of just buying stuff. Also with buying a house now, especially, I definitely have to prioritize my money on what's truly important and what I can use my money on for fun, because at the end of the day, you have to be able to have money to pay your bills, eat, things like that, and that's super important. So if you're not prioritizing your money, you're gonna be in a shithole basically, and potentially getting in a whole bunch of debt that you can maybe not get out of, which is sad to see, because I definitely have seen some friends, people in my life that have done that and are still doing that, and it's kind of sad. So honestly, prioritizing your money in general is really helpful, and doing no buys is even more beneficial to you because you're really thinking about what you're spending your money on, because it's not unlimited, obviously. And unfortunately, also I did extra little jobs and stuff around there, which helped, so then I could spend more money on traveling, things like that, and then it kind of kept me busy versus sitting on my phone all the time or something and looking at stuff I need to buy, or going to malls, to stores to shop. I could use that time to work or something. I honestly think no buys are a really great start to thinking about where your money's going and be like, okay, what do I need to save on? What do I spend a little too much on? And really thinking about that, because now I did that probably the past 4 or 5 years, and now honestly it's just a habit that I carry, which is really beneficial because now I really don't buy that much makeup, and I just am excited to go through what I'm already using and seeing, oh, I can almost finish this, and get excited about that versus, oh my gosh, let me go see what else I can buy, because then I don't even have room for it. So then my mindset shifted a little bit more to, I want to get through this product so I get my money's worth essentially. So make your own rules, make your own goals to fit you, because even if you make a small amount of progress, that's still progress, and it can just build from there. And like I said, guys, it is hard sometimes because those influencers, stores, brands are pushing their new products, pushing products in general, and you're like, oh my gosh, I need this. This is the holy grail that I need. I need this. And that is hard because you see it even being used on people and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. So like I said, so that's why you have these goals where you can buy some stuff. So maybe that can be your one item of the month that you can buy for yourself. But obviously, like I said, don't go overboard, because I feel like that just gets you back into the hole of over-consumerism and you can't even use all the stuff that you're buying. So overall, I would say follow some people who are doing no buys, who are pushing more over consumerism and not buying stuff, who are, you know, more aligned to your goals versus trying to push more products onto you, because that can motivate you as well when you are with and watching like-minded people and you're like, oh, this person's getting through this stuff, what can I go get through now? And personally for me, I like to make empty piles. I do videos of them, which helps, but even if you don't do videos of them, keeping them and seeing that pile grow is honestly very satisfying, because you're like, oh my gosh, I like have this little bucket of empties, and every few months I can toss them and see how much I've gone through and really see that progress, and I think that's very motivating. So yeah, obviously with skincare products, I just like focus on grabbing one thing, and once that thing's gone, I can finally grab a new one. So that kind of helps. I don't want to be switching through all these products and having half bottles of stuff, because then one, I forget about them, or they could get old by the time I'm ready to actually use it again. So I like to just have one product, finish that up, and then use the next product, especially for skincare. So yeah, then with makeup, I just focus on getting through the products that I actually like not trying to keep too many products that I don't like just to get through. Obviously, if a product is almost empty, I'm just gonna push my way through and kind of sprinkle it in with the products that I do really like, so that it doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, I hate this product. Obviously, if I fully hate a product, I'll give it away or just throw it away. So note that. And honestly, just realize like things last way longer than you think. I had this bronzer that lasted me over a couple years. I don't do my makeup every day, so that's probably why. But if I did, it probably would still last me 6 months plus, because powder product, especially pressed powder products, last so long. And if you've done makeup, you can kind of think about how many times have you truly actually hit pan on a lot of your products. It's not as much as you think, and not as much as it actually is, I feel like. And my last tip is really taking a screenshot or saving it in whatever store app you have and thinking about, do I truly need this? Do I want it? and really like think hard. Maybe take a couple weeks off of it and see in a month, do you still want it? Yes or no? And if you do want it, that's okay. But my biggest thing is wait till it's on sale, because more than likely something that you want is on sale at some point throughout the years, or at least a couple times throughout the year. So you can at least wait a little bit until it at least goes on a small discount and then snatch it up. So that's what I do, especially with Sephora and Ulta. I keep them on my like loves list, and then I can see when they have sales, and then it's already right there for me to grab. So I hope you guys liked watching this, and you can binge through some of my empties videos for some motivation as well. I have a whole bunch of those on my page. These are all the methods that I personally use, and has helped me immensely to stop spending money that I shouldn't on things that I probably don't actually need. And honestly, I have like subscribed and I'm following Sephora, Ulta, other accounts like that now, again, because I'm like, okay, I trust myself a little more than I did in the past, and I definitely have seen myself buying a little more than usual. But I think it's a good medium, because I definitely have gone through the extremes of not buying anything, buying stuff, and now I'm in a good medium where I trust myself to make responsible decisions on what I'm buying. And like I said, it is okay to buy stuff occasionally, and I definitely feel like that has helped me with that mindset of, okay, I'm not gonna punish myself to never buy anything. I can buy myself some stuff, but maybe not as much stuff as I truly would want and not actually need. So I hope you guys liked watching this, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!